My best friend and I were inseparable, facing every adventure of life together. However, one day, for reasons I never fully understood, our paths took different directions, and we drifted apart. 10 years passed since the last time I saw my friend, until fate decided to cross our paths once again. It was yesterday, as I walked down the street, that I encountered my friend's mother. I greeted her warmly and couldn't help but ask about him. At that moment, her eyes filled with tears and her gaze locked onto mine before she replied with a broken voice, "He passed away a long time ago." My heart sank and I was left speechless. I didn't know how to react as she continued to look at me with sadness, awaiting my questions. Not knowing what else to say, I inquired about how it had happened. Her mother, with a compassionate gesture, invited me to her house to share the sad story surrounding my friend's departure. When we arrived at her home, she led me to the old room where my friend and I had spent so many hours playing. I sat in that place filled with memories, and his mother began to recount the painful truth. 2 years ago, my friend had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The only cure required receiving a blood transfusion every month for 3 months, but his blood was unusually rare. I remembered that it was the same as mine. Desperate, they searched for compatible donors and finally found someone willing to help. However, my friend, as stubborn as ever, refused to accept the blood from that person. He insisted that the only blood he would accept would be mine, but he never sought my help. Every night, he repeated with determination, "Don't look for him. I'm sure he'll come tomorrow." Months passed, and every night, in that same chair where I was sitting, he prayed for me to remember him and come the next morning. That's how his life went on, and on his last night, when his health was at its most critical point, he smiled and told his mother, "Mother, I know my friend will come soon. Give him a hug from me and give him the note in my drawer." Minutes later, he passed away. After telling me what had happened, his mother got up, went to my friend's room, and returned with a note in her hand. The note read, "My friend, I knew you would come. You took a while, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that you came. Oh, by the way, do you remember why we grew apart? Yes, it was because I didn't want to lend you my new ball. Haha, those were good times. We were insufferable. I love you very much. Your friend, forever." Tears welled up in my eyes as I read those words. I realized that out of pride and stubbornness, we had let our friendship break. But my friend, even in his final moments, showed how much I meant to him. Now I understood the lesson my friend had left me with. Don't let your pride overpower your heart. No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. John 15:13.